Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamini. Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravanya Pacharini. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskatya Desata Srila Prabhupada ki. Today we will be reading from the first canto, chapter 14, The Disappearance of Lord Krishna, text 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottanam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat Nastabesya Bhadrasya Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavati Utamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. So, text 3. Kalasya cha katim rodram viparyastachtu dharmina papiyasim rinam vachtam kroda labanitatmanam. Word for word translation. Kalasya of eternal time. Cha also. Katim direction. Rodram fearful. Viparyasta reversed. Ritu seasonal. Dharminaha regularities. Papiyasim sinful. Nrinam of the human being. Vartam means of livelihood. Krodha anger. Lobha greed. Amrita falsehood. Atmanam of the people. Translation. He saw that the direction of eternal time had changed. And this was very fearful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regularities. The people in general had become very greedy, angry, and deceitful. And he saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood. Purport. When civilization is disconnected from the loving relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, symptoms like changes of seasonal regulations, foul means of livelihood, greed, anger, and fraudulence become rampant. The change of seasonal regulations refers to one season's atmosphere becoming manifest in another season, for example, the rainy seasons being transferred to autumn, or the fructification of fruits and flowers from one season into another season. A godless man is invariably greedy, angry, and fraudulent. Such a man can earn his livelihood by any means, black or white, During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, all the above symptoms were conspicuous by their absence. But Maharaj Yudhishthira was astonished to experience even a slight change in the godly atmosphere of his kingdom, and at once he suspected the disappearance of the Lord. Foul means of livelihood indicates deviation from one's occupational duty. There are prescribed duties for everyone, such as the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra, but anyone who deviates from his prescribed duty and still declares that he belongs to his original social class is following a foul means of livelihood. A man becomes too greedy for wealth and power when he has no higher objective in life, and when he thinks that his earthly life of a few years is all in all. Ignorance is the cause of all these anomalies in human society, and to remove this ignorance, especially in this age of degradation, the powerful sun in the shape of Srimad Bhagavatam is there to distribute lights. I read the verse again. Kalasya sakatim raudram viparyastartu dharminam. Papiya simrinam vartam koda lopa pritatmanam. He saw that the direction of eternal time has changed, and this was very powerful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regularities. The people in general had become very greedy, angry, and deceitful, and he saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood. Om Jnanati Mandasya Jnanjana Shanaka Shakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Sigave Namah Shichetanya Manobistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svamrupkamatam Svamrupkadamem Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shiro Shiyodapad Shiram Vaishnavamsha Shirupam Jagajatam Saganaragnatam Fitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sinu Dina Bandhu Jatpate Gopesha Gopra Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishamani Siddhadevi Panamama Haripriya Pankha Kalpta Vishake Pasan Vivishak Padnam Pavan Bhyo Vaishnabhyo Namana Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pacharani. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachaya Desatani. Srila Prabhupada Ki. So Yudhishthira Maharaj saw that direction of eternal time has changed. That so time, Krishna says about time, kalasmi lokaksakit pravrido lokan samahartam ya pravirta. Ete pitvamna pavishanti sarve yevashtita prat anikesi yoda. This is a verse of the 11th chapter of the Gita where Krishna says, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds. I've come here to destroy all people, with exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So Krishna said, I'm time. And Krishna determines the direction of time. It's a system that there are 4 ages. Satya Yuga, in which there is a full God consciousness. Treta Yuga, where vice comes in. Dwapara Yuga, people become more degraded. Then Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga came. Hate, anger, deceitfulness, it's mentioned here. That, of course, we are between the Kali Yuga and Dwapara Yuga. There is a Sandhyam of 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 years, up to 15,000 years, they say. The Sandhya. We are still in this Sandhya, in this change. But that change of the direction of time started right at the moment Krishna left this planet. And Yudhishthira Maharaj knew it's all these omens, that many omens are described here in this section, that all signs that Kali Yuga is started. As long as Krishna was on the platform, on the planet, Kali Yuga did not start. It was from the moment he left. And we have seen kings like Yudhishthira Maharaj and later also Parikshit Maharaj. They were very strong in maintaining the religious principles. During the reign of Yudhishthira Maharaj, there would be no such disruptions. Disruptions in seasonal regularities. We experience that also. We call it climate change. But finally, this is a result of the godlessness of people. And that, but well, still, Krishna gives us the solution for Kali Yuga, and that mentioned at the end here of the purport. Ignorance is the cause of all these anomalies in human society. And to remove this ignorance, especially in the age of degradation, the powerful sun in the shape of Srimad Bhagavatam is there to distribute light. Therefore, it is said in the Bhagavatam, Krishna Sva Dhammopagate Dharma Jnana Dipisaha Kalanashtete Shamisha Puranarka Dunodita. This Bhagavad Purana, this Srimad Bhagavatam, is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode. Interesting. So Krishna leaves, Kali Yuga starts, there are signs of greed, anger, deceit, false means of livelihood, but at the same time, the Bhagavatam appears. So after the departure of Lord Krishna to his abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc., persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So Krishna, Sanatana Goswami, he has prayers to the Bhagavatam and says that in this prayer he says, "Oh Krishna, you are our best friend. You left this world, but you came back. You are still there in the form of the Bhagavatam." So that is our shelter that Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport. So we see all these omens, and that's interesting. There's a whole science of omens in the Vedas, and and I think I have some list somewhere here. Yeah. The study of these omens, good and bad omens. We have many good and bad omens in the Bhagavatam. When Bali Maharaj, this in the 8th canto, conquered the heavenly planets, all the demigods had to flee. And Indra consulted the Brihaspati, spiritual master, and asked what to do. He said the direction of time now is not auspicious. It gives power to the demons. So you have to wait till the direction of time changes. That's interesting. There are auspicious times for certain things and inauspicious times. So there is a whole science in the Vedic literature. You find these good and bad omens in the Agni Purana, in other scriptures like the Vayu Purana, the Brihad Shataka, that it describes birds and animals as favorable signs. That sometimes science comes to ether. Like when Devaki, after her marriage, and Kamsa was driving her home together with her husband, that Vasudev. Kamsa was driving the chariot, her brother. And suddenly a voice came from the sky telling Kamsa, "You fool, you are driving the chariot of your sister, but do you know the 8th child will kill you?" So we have, the Bhagavatam is full of such things. When it's mentioned in Krishna book, when Rukmini had written Krishna a letter, and then later a Brahmin arrived. When the Brahmin arrived at a certain moment, I think it was her left side or her right side, I don't know. But she felt some tingling in her arms. Was it right or left side? I don't remember. But that was a sign. By this, she knew Krishna had arrived. We have also, because in our individual life, everything what happens is a reaction of our previous karma. And so these shastras, they give omens so that you can see what's going to happen just by looking, observing what's around you. So it is said, If a boar or a buffalo crosses over from the left to the right side, that's a good omen. So one's desires will be attained if horses, tigers, lions, cats, or donkeys cross from the right to the left side. Because from the left to the right, that's not so good. If a crow can be seen near the door of a house, this means that there will soon be a guest. Interesting. A crow covered with mud means the attainments of one's desire. It's a good omen to see a dog with meat in its mouth. If an elephant strikes its right foot with his left, that's a good sign. Prosperity comes if an elephant rubs its right tusk with its foot. And this is another from the Agni Purana. Good omens are white flowers, full vessels, meat, distant noises, an old goat, a cow, a horse, an elephant, fire, gold, silver, a sword, an umbrella, fruit, clarified butter, curds, a conch shell, sugar cane, the sound of thunder, lightning, and a dead body, with no one crying over it. A good omens from Agni Purana. But yeah, there are auspicious animals that at the installation of the Panchatattva, when the eyes are opened of the deities, the first they see must be something auspicious. Therefore, when they open their eyes, there should be a cow and a young girl and so on. And that so these are good signs, bad signs. Of course, the bad omens, that's, yeah. Excessive jackal calls. It's a bad omen if a jackal calls 5 or 6 times. So you have to count to know whether it's auspicious or is auspicious. A peacock crying on the left means that something is going to be stolen. So at Deland, you must be aware of that. If a peacock crying on the left means that something is going to be stolen. Yeah. A dog barking inside the house leads to the death of the householder. So never leave a dog, never let a dog come into the house. That a person whose right limbs are sniffed by a dog will have danger. A dog blocking one's path signifies theft. These are all, yeah. There is a great danger if an umbrella falls just as one is about to leave on a trip. So never leave. Be careful with your umbrella. Anyway, it's a whole science of omens, of signs that appear, that so many that it's too much to address. But yes, what can we learn from it? We cannot go against the direction of time. That sometimes things are not favorable, some things are favorable for certain actions. And we cannot fight against it. Krishna determines the direction of time. Now Kali Yuga has to begin. It has to begin. So sometimes in our lives things are not working out. And you can fight against it, but if the direction of time does not allow it, it will not happen. Therefore, it's so important that we understand this principle, and that our happiness and distress is determined, but it seems it's not only individual, it's also collective. And Krishna gives this time that we see so much upheaval in the world today that I saw a lecture yesterday of one of our swamis who was speaking about the mass destruction. Mass destruction can come every moment. All these countries who are fighting with each other, the people there are all big meat eaters. They have killed billions and billions of animals just for eating. And they have killed so many children have been killed in the womb. So that reaction has to come. And Krishna arranges through the direction of time when it has to come. The battle of Kurukshetra had to come. Nobody could stop it. Krishna, he went himself trying to make peace, but it didn't work out. Because the direction of time did not allow. Of course, Krishna is the direction of time. He's behind it, but that's an important aspect. At the other side, it may be there, this direction of time, but we have to do our duty in Krishna consciousness. And we are a transcendental movement. We depend on Krishna. And we see what happens despite this direction of time. That direction of time was the battle had to be fought. But the devotees fought the battle and the Pandavas became victorious. So it's not that the direction of time is against everything. We should not try to continue our preaching in Krishna consciousness. Direction of time, we have seen COVID was there. And many said to Guru Maharaj, you should not go travel. But Guru Maharaj said, what can I say? This is my life. I cannot stop preaching. I have to go on. It's my duty. I have to fight. If I have to die on the battlefield, I have to die, but I will go. And as such, it happened that it's up to Krishna to protect us or not. That Krishna always protects his devotees. what seems at external to be a defeat can just be Krishna's arrangements to transfer us to another place to preach. But that principle is there. That time may be against so many things in Kali Yuga, and it will increase. Especially if you become a devotee in the West, everyone is against you. Just everyone. It's against their culture. That it's a challenge. You are barred from family, they throw you out. Finished. That in the society, you are considered a member of a sect. Finished. Nothing anymore. All finished when you come a devotee in the West. In India, it's different. The culture allows that. Therefore, Guru Maharaj I felt he always appreciated those from the West who came to preach. Because they have to give everything up to do it. That he was very appreciative for it. Because that's a surrender. But Krishna wants to see our surrender. That time changes. Yudhishthira Maharaj understood Krishna is left. We have also to leave to go to our next mission. But this leaving was not a defeat. It was a conscious decision. The end of life was there. And we have to prepare for leaving in a Krishna conscious way. So these are all lessons we can learn from this verse. Omens may be there, and we can consider them. That if you see these omens, what do? If someone tells you it's going to rain, what are you doing? You take an umbrella. So we are informed. But these omens, Yudhishthira Maharaj is describing this the seed and this cheating. It's a main practice in Kali Yuga. We are used to it. Nothing special for us. It's a day-to-day business. Business means cheating, factory. And everyone is good in it. So that is going on. This cheating. But we should stay determined, like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is Spiritual Master Sukracharya. That he tried to cheat him. That I was just reading, because Prabhupada, he loved to see dramas. And this is from a drama between Bali Maharaj and Sukracharya. And of course, Srila Prabhupada liked it very much. It was, yeah. Bali Maharaj said, so he's speaking to Sukracharya, who told him, yeah, don't give anything to this young boy. And Bali Maharaj said, he's just a young boy. Give him something. And Sukracharya said, no, he's not a little boy, he's God. Then Bali says, oh, he's God, and you are telling me not to give? And formerly you taught me to worship Vishnu. Now he's at my door and you are telling me not to give to him? I reject you. I don't want a spiritual master like you. So that is Bali Maharaj. By that he had become a Majan. That because he continued following the principles of devotional service, which were be taught to him by Prahlad Maharaj and his father Vyacha. So in that way, Kali Yuga, the direction of time may change, but we remain determined in going forward. Externally, things may not work out, but still internally we make progress. So what is the result of devotional service? In Sweden, they were, during the marathon, 3 weeks they were doing book distribution and they put all the money in the safe. And the last day of the marathon, someone stole all the money from the safe. Result of the whole marathon, 0. So was it all for nothing? No. By their endeavor, they made certainly spiritual advancement. But Krishna is showing them, you should be careful. Bring it every day to the bank. Don't be careless with the money. So it means the endeavor alone, Krishna says, just endeavor with the sincere attitude. There is no diminution or loss. No, it will continue. Anyway, we have Sukacharya trying to cheat Bali Maharaj, but everyone tries to cheat everyone in this world. This is the direction of time for Kali Yuga. People born in this age, what's their situation? Prayanalpayasa sabya kala vasmin shurichana mandasamanda matayo mandabhakyo padritya, the Bhagavatam says, 1:110. They are short-sighted. They see only the moment of enjoyment, they are lazy, always upaduttaha, always disturbed. So that's the direction of time. But we remain on the path of devotional service and we endeavor to become transcendental. Transcendental time comes to the above the influence even of the direction of time. And that's a process of surrender. But yes, the Vedas gives all these omens. That by that one can see the future by these omens. But the future is certain. Bhakti Vikash Maharaj was giving us lecture about mass destruction. And that could be the direction of time now. All these fights are going on. Ukraine, Russia, then Israel to Gaza and Iran, Pakistan and India, and China who wants to expand, Russian also, and then the geopolitical situation. It may happen every moment, but whether it happens or not, mass destruction is a fact. Everyone who is living on this world and has a body, within 100 years from now, they will practically all gone. Everyone has to die. Krishna says, I'm the destroyer of everyone. I will kill everyone. So that's an inevitable direction of time. We should not forget that. Oh, everyone has to die. Everyone has to die anyway. That when this thing of the COVID uh, came up, they gave us the the statistics. Today, 120,000 people in India have died. But every day there are maybe dying 100,000 naturally. So everyone is going to die anyway. But then the statistics is different. I remember in England one day all hospitals and the doctors were yeah, they decide not to work one day. That was, yeah. So one day, there were no operations, no surgery, nothing in England on that day. I think they published statistics on that day. The death rate in England came down to with 90%. Anyway, whatever it means, but we cannot fight against the direction of time. That it's not that we are not trying to do something, but what does Bali, what does Maharaj said, this first Balasya Neya, yeah, he said, only Shingadev, if you don't want, a mother cannot protect her children, a doctor cannot protect her patients, and so on. That it all depends on the Supreme Lord. And that's a powerful direction of time we cannot change. Therefore, it is important that Krishna says, Mrityu Sarva Sahasraham. Forcibly, everyone is taken away at the time of death. So that should create a sense of detachment in our heart. That is what Bali Maharaj says to Sukracharya. Why should I not give to this young boy that everything will be taken away from me at the time of death? So why not give it before? So it didn't make. So the higher purpose is, in principle, is always there. That pleasing Krishna. The money will go away from you for the time of death. If you try to keep it, then if the direction of time is not favorable, the government will come to take it by taxes or whatever way. Someone will steal it. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he begs everyone, give your life to Krishna. He said to Bhakti Charamaj, why don't you give this life to Krishna and see what happens? Yeah. Anyway, Krishna will put us in a position that we have to surrender everything. So these are a few words I could say on this verse. Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for nice explanation. Maharaj, as far as direction of time is concerned, so should we understand it would be like either a good time or a bad time? That's it, or there is something more to understand?
Good or bad times. That's the duality of this world, yes. That, but Kali Yuga means bad time. Maybe sub-periods, one sub-period a little better than the other. Okay, but this generally is bad time. That, of course, Lord Chaitanya has predicted 10,000 years of golden age in Kali Yuga. We have to see what happens. But the influence of Kali Yuga, as long as it is there, it is just a bad time. That and so whatever you do, expect difficulties, but don't be afraid for it. Krishna is there to help us. That especially if you try to spread Krishna consciousness, so many difficulties will come. Illusory energy doesn't want that and fights against us. But Krishna is stronger. As long as we remain connected with Krishna, and that is our pleasure, to serve Srila Prabhupada and his mission. And whatever happens, good or bad, let it come. But we will not stop serving. That was also Guru Maharaj. COVID or not, I will do my duty. Whatever comes, good or bad, I will do my duty. And that was also Bali Maharaj. Whatever comes, I may lose everything, all right, good. I'm going to lose it anyway. I surrender to Krishna. That I give everything. And that's pure devotional service. And that's our glories. We cannot change this world. Not possible. It's meant to suffer. We are trying to help others to get out of this world. Is that okay?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay.
If there is a few minutes, can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Just to understand, because I come from India, and these bad omens and good omens were very frequently used when I was, growing up by, relatives, grandparents, and others. But our day-to-day life, like, how should we see them and how should we handle? Because I have seen where people have stopped doing things because they saw, it's a bad omen. So no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Uh, but practically it may not be possible to do always. So how should we handle that?
These
Yeah.
bad and good omens are related to material nature. Shishikoni material nature we cannot change. But we don't care much for material nature. We care to please Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. We should not absorb ourselves in these bad and good omens. We should absorb ourselves in trying to see Krishna everywhere. That should not be our guideline. These bad and good omens is a materialistic science. sign for those who are materialists. If they see bad omens, they change their strategy maybe to exploit material nature in another way. That a devotee, he depends on Krishna, and he does not consider this bad and good omens. Does not take them very seriously. And that Kamsa was a materialist. He took them very seriously. They took them very seriously. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That Hiranyakasipu, when Prahlad said, he's in the pillar. And then the omen came, a big, a loud noise that, and yeah, Hiranyakasipu became afraid and prepared himself for battle. But Prahlad Maharaj, it had no effect on him. He was ready to do everything. If I have to give my life for the Lord, I'm happy to do that as a service. But Krishna protected him always because of his surrender. So we are not concerned about these good and bad omens. That we are concerned with serving Krishna. That the bad and good omens, they may be of interest for the materialist, but because it means bad and good times for what? For the body and the mind. The devotee is not concerned with that. Whether bad or good times, we will think of Krishna and feel ecstasy. So that's different. But yes, for Yudhishthira Maharaj here, he saw these bad omens and he understood Kali Yuga has begun. So we see these bad omens every day described here. So we know Kali Yuga is going on. We can't change the direction of time. But we can distribute Krishna consciousness and get people out of the suffering which is caused by this direction of time. And that's our duty as servants of Krishna and Prabhupada. Does that help?
Yes, Maharaj, very well explained. Thank you.
Good. Then we will see this evening again.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Jai Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.